Hello students, welcome back. Now we are going to discuss about regarding basic optical laws and definitions. Okay. So in previous class we discussed about regarding optical fiber introduction and optical fiber advantages. Now we are going to see about basic optical laws and definitions. So in this first one is refractive index. So refractive index is also called as index of refraction. Okay, first one is refractive index. It is also called as index of refraction. Okay, so to define this one, suppose a light wave. Okay, a light wave in a free space, it is having a speed. Okay, that is c, capital C. So if you see here, the light wave is having the speed of c, capital C, that is the light speed in free space, right? And its frequency is nu. Okay, and its wavelength is lambda. Consider the light wave. Its speed is in free space, that is the c. Its frequency is nu, and wavelength is lambda. Right? Then the relation between these three parameters are c equal to nu lambda. Right? So that is in free space. Whenever this light is entering to another material, that is dielectric material or non-conducting material, light in free space, right? It is entering into another material, that is dielectric material or non-conducting material. Then its speed changes, right? That speed is v, right? So here the free space speed of the light, right? Next, nu is the frequency, lambda is the wavelength. Next, the speed changes whenever it is entering into dielectric material or non-conducting material. Then its speed is v. So then the refractive index is defined as the ratio of the light in free space, speed of the light in free space, to speed of the light in another material. So that is n equal to c by v. So that is the refractive index. So refractive index is the ratio of speed of the light in free space to speed of the light in another material. So that is called as the refractive index. So once again I am repeating, refractive index is the ratio of speed of the light in free space to speed of the light in another materials, that is dielectric material or non-conducting material. Okay, next here the light speed of the light in free space is c equal to 3 into 10 to the power of 8 meters per second, and whereas the speed in non-conducting material, that is less than speed of the light in free space. Okay, v is less than c. Okay, that is of refractive index. So that is the first definition. And next, second one, reflection and refraction. Second definition is reflection and refraction. For this, so to define the reflection and refraction, right? So I am taking two materials here. So I am taking the two materials. So that is having one material is having refractive index of n1, another material is having refractive index of n2. So if you see this figure, right? So this figure is having two materials here. This one is one material, another one is the second material. Okay, the first material is having refractive index of n1, second material is having refractive index of n2, that is less than n1. Okay, so I'm taking the two materials here. So first material is having n1, second material is having refractive index of n2. So n2 is less than n1. So consider this one. This is the first step. In second step, I am taking the normal line here. Okay. So and this one is the boundary. Okay, boundary of the materials. It is separating two materials, right? It is the boundary. So this one is the normal line. So these are the two materials, and this one is the surface or boundary, and this one is of the normal line. This is the second step. So in third step, I am taking one of the light, okay, light wave, that is the incident ray, right, that is applied to the boundary, that is striking at the normal line here. Okay, I am applying the light wave, right, that is applied to boundary. Okay, at this point it is striking out, right. So this one is of the normal line at the angle of phi 1. Okay, so in first step I have taken the two material. Second step I have taken the normal line here. Next, in third step, I have applied a light wave to the boundary, and it is the angle of incidence, that is the phi 1. So the light wave is applied to the boundary, right? So it is striking at the normal line, right, at this point, and it is the angle of incidence, that is of phi 1. So phi 1 is defined as, angle of incidence is defined as the angle between incident ray and then normal line. The angle between incident ray and then normal line. So this one is of the third step. Next, in fourth step, what will happen? So whenever we applied the incident ray, right, from one material, then it will enter to another material, right? So it will be refracted, means this light will be bent in another material. Okay, slightly bent in another material. Suppose if you take a pen, right, ma, if you take a pen, if you enter that one if you enter that one in water, okay, so it will be slightly bent. If you observe properly, right, it will be bent in water, right. So I'm taking a pen, right, whenever it is entered in water, right, so it will be some bent. Okay, actually it is straight line, but the pen light is slightly bent there. Okay, same like that, if I apply the light here, right, it will be bent. Okay, some part of the light will be bent here, so that is called as the refracted ray. Okay, and the angle is phi 2, that is the refracted ray and then normal line. So phi 2 is angle between normal line and then refracted ray. Okay, that one is fourth step. In next step, I am going to increase this angle of incidence. Okay, I am going to this angle of incidence. So if I increase the angle phi 1, then this refracted ray becomes parallel to this boundary line. So if you see in fifth step, if I increase the phi 1, right, if I increase the phi 1, then it will become parallel to the boundary line, and the angle becomes 90 degrees here, means which is perpendicular to the normal line, right. So that angle is called as the critical angle. Okay, the angle at which the light becomes parallel to the boundary line, right, and that angle is called as the phi c, that is critical angle. Okay, it is very very important for external. Okay, I am increasing the phi 1, right, and the light will become parallel to the boundary line, so it will be perpendicular to the normal line, so that is 90 degrees. So that angle is called as the critical angle. So that is the fifth step. Next, I am increasing this angle here. Then what will happen here? So whatever the ray that will be refracted back in this medium, okay, again I am increasing this angle, right, at that time the refracted ray will comes in same material, that is refracted ray. So in this way, this is the sixth step. Again I am increasing the angle of incidence greater than critical angle. What will happen here? So at the entire ray will come into same material, so that is N1, right, ma? So that is the refracted ray, and this process is called as the total internal reflection. Okay, whatever the ray we have applied to this material, right, it is came back into same material, right? So no light is entering to another material, right? Whatever we have applied the light, that is coming into same material, right? The total light is came back into same material, right? That is called as the total internal reflection. So once again I am repeating these steps. First I have taken two materials, that is refractive index of n1 of one material, refractive index of n2 of another material. So that is the first step. In second step I am taking the normal line to this boundary, right ma, that is perpendicular to the boundary or surface, right? Third step I have applied a light wave to this boundary, right, at the normal line, okay? And this one is the angle of incidence. So it is the angle of incidence is between applied light ray and then normal line here, right? So this one is the third step. So whenever we apply the light, right, what will happen here? It will be entering into another material with some bent here, okay? Some part of the light will be bent here, right? That is called as the refracted ray. And the angle is phi 2. That is the angle between refracted ray and then normal line. So this one is of the fourth step. Next, in fifth step, I am going to increase this angle of incidence, right ma? I am going to increase this angle of incidence. Then the light will become parallel to the boundary line. So this one is of the fifth step, right? So the light will move parallel to the boundary line, that is the 90 degrees, okay? So that angle is called as critical angle. The angle at which the light will move parallel to the boundary line, that is called as the critical angle. Next, again I am increasing this angle of incidence, right? At that time the reflected ray will move backward to the same material, right? So that is whatever the light we have applied to the one material, right, so that will be reflected back to the another material. So here in this plane we are having incident ray, normal line, and then reflected ray, okay? In this plane we are having incident ray, normal line, and then reflected ray, right? So this entire plane, okay, this entire plane is called as the plane of incidence, okay? That is also one of the definition. So the plane is having incident ray, normal line, and then reflected ray, right? So that is called as the plane of incidence, okay? This entire part is called as the plane of incidence, and this process is called as total internal reflection. Whatever the light we have applied here, right, that will come back to same plane, right? That is called as the, so there is no loss here, so that is called as the total internal reflection, okay? So that's the thing. So today we have studied regarding the basic optical laws and definitions. First one is refractive index, or it is also called as index of refraction. So that is n equal to c by v. It is the ratio of speed of the light in free space to the speed of light in another material, that is refractive index. Next, second one is reflection and refraction. Just now we have seen in figures, right ma? If the light is coming into same material, that is called as the reflection, right? And if the light is moving another material, that is called as the refraction, right? It will be slightly bent here, right? Next, angle of incidence means the angle between incident ray and then normal line, that is the angle of incidence. Next, plane of incidence means, so the plane which is having incident ray, normal line, and then reflected ray, right? So that plane is called as plane of incidence. Next one is total internal reflection. So whenever we apply the light greater than the critical angle, so the light will reflect it back to the same plane. That process is called as total internal reflection. Means there is no loss in light, means there is no light will enter to another material, so it will come back into same material. So that process is called as total internal reflection. So that is a today class, okay? Remaining thing we'll see in next class, okay? Thank you.